much did you pay to see Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker? You may just say the price of your movie ticket, but as everyone who saw the movie knows, that price didn't exactly get you the full story that The Rise of Skywalker had to tell, which left moviegoers with numerous unanswered questions. Under Disney, Star Wars has become a multimedia franchise with a shared continuity with the movies that includes novels, comics, and games, and it is those companion materials that fans must turn to in order to have their questions answered. So just how much would it cost to get the full, complete story to The Rise of Skywalker? Let's add it up and find out. To start, maybe you'd like to know the significance of where Kylo Ren found the Sith Wayfinder, how Palpatine created and staffed his Sith fleet, how Rey fixed the Skywalker lightsaber after it was destroyed in The Last Jedi, and whether Jannah is actually related to Lando Calrissian. For all those answers, you're going to have to buy Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, the Visual Dictionary. That is where we learned the Wayfinder was on Darth Vader's home planet of Mustafar. The children of Palpatine's worshippers are the ones manning his fleet. Rey used her Force healing powers to fix the broken lightsaber crystal, and that Jannah is all but confirmed to be Lando's long-lost daughter. The price for that information? $24.99. Already, we've almost tripled the cost of a movie ticket. For that same amount, we could indulge in our Star Wars fandom in another way, like with the Baby Yoda talking plush toy from Hasbro. He even comes with a little frog to eat. Next up, perhaps you were wondering how the Resistance was back at full operating strength despite the fact that they were decimated and left without any allies in The Last Jedi. The novel Star Wars Resistance Reborn tells the tale of Leia's quest to rebuild the Resistance between movies. To hear about how she did it, you'll need to make like General Grievous and cough up another $28.99. Now, with all the combined credits we've spent so far for answers that arguably should have been in the original movie, we've spent $53.98. Which is just enough to buy Build-A-Bear's Baby Yoda plushie that plays the Mandalorian theme song when you squeeze his little hand. Frogs sold separately. Moving on, given that The Rise of Skywalker brought the 9-part Skywalker saga to its grand conclusion, many were hoping that it would also bring the whole story of Star Wars full circle, and that would mean finally addressing the prophecy of the Chosen One we heard tell of in Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Unfortunately, it didn't come up in the movie, but you can read about it in The Art of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Production designer Rick Carter reveals that it's actually Rey who fulfills the prophecy that the Jedi initially thought applied to Anakin Skywalker. Carter said, quote, "The Episode 1 prophecy was that a Skywalker was somehow going to help balance the Force. Rian Johnson opened Star Wars up to the possibility that if Rey is not a Skywalker by blood, then being the mythological Skywalker is something you can aspire to and achieve in your life." Too bad that the prophecy didn't mention that to learn that information, it'd cost you $40. So with that put on our Rise of Skywalker bill, that puts us over $90. That's more than enough to buy the Baby Yoda Lego set, complete with that little knob he loves to play with because he's so cute and adorable. If you want to have the full context for how and why Poe Dameron was an illegal spice runner in his youth, you'll have to purchase the novel Poe Dameron Freefall for $17.99. And if you wanted to learn more about the Knights of Ren and how Ben Solo is more redeemable than the movies let on, you can check out Star Wars: The Rise of Kylo Ren. It shows how Ben became the leader of the Knights of Ren and reveals that it was Palpatine, not Ben, who killed Luke's other students at the Jedi Academy. This collected Marvel comic run will run you $15.99. With the cost of those reading materials added to the stack, our total kicks into hyperdrive all the way up to $127.96. That's just a couple dollars off from being able to afford your very own Lego set of the Mandalorian's Razor Crest ship. And, most importantly, includes a Baby Yoda so tiny that it's labeled as a force choking hazard. Finally, here's the last item on our shopping list to get the full Rise of Skywalker story. So at the start of the film, the title scroll ominously says, "The dead speak," and refers to a message from Palpatine heard throughout the galaxy. We don't actually get to hear the message in the movie, and fans had to queue up a game of Fortnite to give it a listen. Now, Fortnite is technically free, but for those that don't play, you'd have to seek out the Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker novelization to read the message. The novel also includes confirmation that Finn can sense the Force, details on how Zori Bliss and Babu Frick were able to escape Kimji, and the little detail of how Palpatine was a clone and Rey's father was a failed Palpatine clone. Wow, you really think that would have been in the movie? That sounds super important. But no, it wasn't in the movie. It was in yet another book, and this one cost $28.99.
How's he gonna pay for all of this?
Now, let's total it all up. Answering all of the lingering questions left by the movie will require you to purchase 5 extra books that, when combined, cost $156.85. And that's on top of the movie ticket you already paid to see the movie, which, if we're going by the national average, is $9.26. That means to get the full story of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, you'd have to pay a grand total of $165.85 and play a game of Fortnite. That's enough to buy an entire statue of the Mandalorian from Gentle Giant, which of course you would need to safely protect all of your Baby Yoda merch at all costs. Or you could spend that money on 17 other movie tickets so as to be properly socially distanced in a theater when you go to see a movie that actually has a beginning, middle, and end. Because that's all we wanted from The Rise of Skywalker. No one said it was going to be easy wrapping up the iconic Skywalker saga, but the least they could have done was put all the material in the same place instead of making us go on a wild bantha chase across their multimedia franchise to piece it together ourselves. I'm afraid to say, this makes me a little angry.
Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.
Okay, he makes a good point. But how much did you shell out for Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker? Just the movie ticket, or did you pay extra for answers? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching. For more Star Wars and mathematical nitpicks, keep it here on IGN.